Hello everyone, it's Michelle and today I'm going to be doing our Easy Paint with Me, a regular slot on a Sunday, and this is just our second episode. So I'm going to start by letting you know that I've got some watercolour paper here. It's 300 GSM. It's just a kind of a little it's just shy of an A5 piece of paper in actual fact, because this is an A5 cutting board that I've stuck it down on with some washi tape. But something along the A5 size would be absolutely fine. What else am I going to be using? I'm going to be using this platinum carbon fountain pen. You don't have to use this. If you haven't got that, don't worry. You could use like a fine liner, maybe something like a 0.5 or even smaller would be fine. But it needs to be waterproof. So you're going to need something that is a waterproof black pen. I'm also going to be using my cobalt teal, which is here. This is from my Michael Harding main palette, but any kind of cobalt tealy colour will work just as well. That will be absolutely fine. And then I'm also going to be using this colour called Moon Glow. So here it is, Moon Glow. You can use a gold or a silver, or if you haven't got any metallic pearlescent type colours, then if you saw a previous video of mine and you've got the pearlescent medium, you could add that to a colour, or you could just pick a different colour. Maybe you could pick a buff titanium or a green of some kind, a lighter green, or a darker green actually, to go with your cobalt teal, or that kind of turquoisey cobalt tealy kind of colour. You'll also notice that I've got a picture up here on the top left of the screen. I'm going to leave a link to this because I think this is quite useful. It's basically different leaf shapes, and I'm quite liking the shape of the deltoid today, so that's the one that I'm going to be using. But I'm not going to be doing the veins in the same way. I'm going to do mine slightly differently, but I think it's quite nice to have these different leaf shapes and then decide what pattern you're going to put inside. You know, it doesn't have to be realistic. It can be anything that we want it to be. So I'm going to start by drawing my kind of deltoid shapes, if you like. So we're going to go around and down. There we go. There is my first one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a line that goes down the middle, and then lots of lines really quite close together, like so. And the same on the other side. And I might just turn mine round a bit because that helps me, but you can do yours however you wish. So we're just going to get these lines going across. I'm not going to try and match them up with the other side because I'm not too much of a perfectionist, but if you are, then that's absolutely fine. You can match them up. but what we want to end up with is something that looks like this, which hopefully is easy to do. So these Sunday sessions are, you know, for us to just relax a bit more and not have to worry too much. So I'm going to do another one now. And you don't have to place yours where I'm placing mine. But maybe first time round you might want to, and then adapt it, because you could do this again and again in varying different ways. Like that. And we want a bit of variation, so I think we'll have one kind of coming from a different angle, coming this way. We don't want them to all be the same size or all going in the same direction. We're just going to fill our page with these lovely leaf shapes. Okay. I don't know what it's been like for all of you. Here in the UK, we've had a real mixture of bright, sunny, but frosty, not snowy, just frosty days, or it's been extremely misty and dull. Yeah, it's been a bit unpredictable, this weather. If you're somewhere else in the world, maybe you've got, or even in the UK, maybe you've got snow. Or maybe you're very lucky and you've got dry, sunny weather. Right. Let's have a little look and see what else I want. I want an odd number because brains prefer odd numbers, apparently. I'm going to do a smaller one. And maybe one here. I think this, when it's finished, you'll see, will make a really nice kind of tea towel or some other design like that. I'm going to leave that space there, I think, and you'll see why in a bit. And we'll get another little one in. There. Okay, now so that we know which is the bottom, I'm just going to darken that bottom edge. If you can see what I'm doing, yes, there you are, you can. And then because this one's up the other way, and this one's here, right, there we go. So just gives us an idea of where the bottom part is. There, okay. We can put our pen away now, whichever kind of pen you were using. And let's find some water and a brush. And I'm actually going to use quite a small brush today. I'm going to use a round size 2. Now you will see that my leaf doesn't look anything like any of those leaves up there. I've just used it for inspiration basically. But you know, you could do it exactly the same as the leaves up there if you wanted. Right, I'm going to start by taking some of my cobalt teal, and I just want that in the bottom of each one. I love a good cobalt teal. It's probably my most favourite colour. Maybe you could let me know what your most favourite colour is down below in the comments. Okay. So I just want that to dry a bit more before I go in with my gold. But while that's drying, I'm going to take my teal, and I'm just going to do some well, basically they're wiggly lines. So we're just going to do some wiggly lines that kind of tailor off and go all over the place really. Hopefully you get the gist. So, you know, yours is not going to look exactly like mine possibly, but that's okay. So we're getting those, what would we call them? Well, tendrils, maybe we call them that. Right, well, I think that's kind of dry-ish. So I'm going to get my moon gold out, and I need to add a fair bit of water. So those of you that are using metallics or pearlescents will know that you do need to activate them by adding some water. So I'm just mixing that up nicely. And then so that I don't get my elbow in what I've already done, I'm going to start at the top of my page and at the top of my leaf and bring it down. And it doesn't matter if it mingles a little bit with the blue, the teal at the bottom. So let's do another one. Lovely. And I'm just going to keep going down my page and filling these in. Now, because we've already got our lines there where we've used our fountain pen or our fine liner, let's just merge that one a bit more. There we go. Then you know, we don't need to be so very, very careful with our painting. These are reminding me now of peacock feathers. I mean, they're not, they're just kind of stylized leaves that we've made up, but I really like this moon gold. Oh, I've gone quiet again, haven't I? So while I'm just filling the rest of these in, I'm just going to remind everybody that I've got my Discord server and the link is below. It's completely free for people to join, and if you decide to do this, whichever colorway you decide to do it in, so you could choose, where I've chosen the cobalt teal and the moon gold, you could choose 2 different colors, and I'm sure that that would give it, you know, a completely different look. So now we've got those there. Well, we've got our gold out. For good measure, we can add a few dots here and there, some bigger than others, or circles rather than dots. Looking nice. And then we can add a few of our teal dots as well. You might even want to attach them to these tendrils. So yes, there's my Discord server that you can join for free. All you need to do is just click on the link that will be in the description below. And there's also my Substack, which is where I do a lot of writing. Well, not a lot, well, some writing, share some of the other artwork that I've been doing. That's also free, so you can subscribe to that for free, just like subscribing to my YouTube channel is for free. The only thing that isn't free is my Patreon, but you know, do feel free to you know, have a little look over there and see what I'm doing. You might not be able to open the ones that are for paid members only, but it will give you an idea. Right, so I'm going to dry this off now, so I will come back into Tix. Okay, so I've dried that off. I'm now going to take which I forgot to mention at the beginning, so please forgive me. I'm going to take this gold pen, and before I take my tape off, I'm going to use my tape as a guide, and I'm going to draw a line so that I get a border go down here. Oh, that wiggled. Hopefully yours won't wiggle. And then again at the bottom here. Right, and now let's take off our tape. Get the end, there we go. So that gives us a little bit of a border. You'll see that it isn't terribly neat round the edges here, but that's okay. Many of you that have followed me for a while will know that that won't faze me. What I'm just going to do is do a little semicircle. Like so. And now I have neatened up my edges. And let me just, I'll get rid of this reference picture for a moment. And let's just bring, that's not working out terribly well, is it? Well, we could look at it sideways, but that's not, no. Let me just, the camera's not, oh, there we go. Maybe you can see it now. You can see those lines through the gold, but actually on, when you turn it, you can kind of just see the gold. So it gives this kind of two-tone, would you call it that? Two-dimension look to it. And I think it's rather, you know, it is a simple thing. You know, let's not, you know, overcomplicate things. It's just a very simple thing that I think would make a really pretty a card for somebody, something like that. But you could play around with lots of different colors. There we go. I think you can see those. You can see those lines coming through. You could do, yeah, various different colors. Maybe you don't like these coming down. You don't have to have those. You can play around with this and make it into something that you like. I'm just very fond of this teal with this moon gold at the moment. So that's why I've done this. But there we go. That's our Sunday paint with me. And you could also use these leaves in other pictures that you do. And maybe I'll do something like that next time, so that we use these leaves that we've done, but in a different picture, maybe more of a landscape with the leaves coming across and up from the front or something. But there we are. I do hope that you've enjoyed it. Do share it with me if you go onto the Discord server. I hope you all have a lovely morning, afternoon or evening, depending on where you are in the world and what time you're watching this. I hope that you will subscribe and support me, and yes, stay safe, stay healthy, and always try and stay calm if you can. And until next time, bye bye.